Welcome to a beautiful Monday night in the Not the Experts universe. We are here. I am Titus. Got my man Levi with me. 3 days before the NBA draft, which means Lion season and trade season in full effect. NBA off season is in full effect. Mistresses are on Twitter still with ready to catch harassment lawsuits. It's a lot going on.
Bro, I just saw her. I literally just looked at her Twitter page for the first time before we started recording. And I was like, wow. Wow. Like, this is just unprecedented.
It's been weeks at this point. And she won't stop. Like, weeks. Like, yo.
Like, she's ruining her case. Like,
yeah.
Before she goes on.
Yeah, like, day one, it's like, okay. Now on date like 9 or 10, it's like you have to stop. Like you have to stop because you catching a harassment suit at this point.
Yeah,
like you are wilding. You're out of here.
And extortion. She's about to face
exactly.
An extortion suit if she follows through with her threat.
Tagging the NBA and the NBA team in your extortion threat is different. Like you don't want to win a case. You want to lose.
Like I said, it's unprecedented.
It is truly. This is a different type of crash out. Different type of meltdown.
But also, I mean, Zion's brought upon an unprecedented situation.
Yes, he truly has. Like
it's not just her. It's
yeah, no, he has not helped himself at all. He's done so no favors. He's done so no favors. We'll get more on the Zion story later. Zion basketball related news, but Levi, Bradley Beal is a Phoenix Sun. Chris Paul is a Washington Wizard free agent. Or whatever he is.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts on this trade? Bradley Beal went for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and some second round picks, I believe. And there's more conversation from the Wizards, but it's some lower G Leaguer guys and a couple other things. Nothing too major. What are your thoughts on the trade?
Well, my first initial thought, terrible trade. What I think now, still don't think it's a good trade, but I am very understanding of the Suns were in a tough situation of trying to get rid of that Chris Paul contract and just Chris Paul himself, and getting a superstar in return, in one action. And then also the fact that, Bradley Beal chose this destination. So it's not like, the Wizards couldn't make the decision because they could have gotten more if it wasn't just Beal's decision. He could have gone somewhere else. But, you made a good case in that fact about the Chris Paul thing. To me, it boils down to it's still the same problem of it's too many ball-dominant players. B, I get you can put that book at PG. And he did very well at point guard last year, but I would still rather favor him as a 2. So, you got another player there that plays the same position as him. I think what's this last playoff proved even more that depth is a really big thing that you need. And the depth isn't bad for the Suns, but it's just not enough.
Yeah.
And the fact, too, these are very unreliable players that, can't play full seasons.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where the best I was reading The Ringer, I think it was Kevin O'Connor wrote today about it. And he was kind of saying that honestly, this like between free agency and the draft, the Suns wouldn't find anybody better than Bradley Beal. It's like, that's fair. It's also valid. Anybody better out there than Bradley Beal. But yeah, I think essentially getting Bradley Beal for second round picks and Landry Shamet, you got to do it. You have to. I feel like you almost have to do it. The overlap is a lot. Like you said, book at point will be interesting because he did run the offense pretty well this year. But I'm kind of similar to you. I would rather have Devin Booker focusing on buckets and defense or whatever, and like playmaking secondary. It's a lot of table setting he's got to do. But I think I'm a little more optimistic because they can still get more depth when they move DeAndre Ayton, because I don't think he's going to be on this roster. And I'd be shocked if he gets through the summer on this roster. You can get a few role players, some cap relief with that, and then move pieces around and maybe get something there. But yeah, because like I said, there is no depth. So like if they were just rolling this out, if they rolled out Aiden, if they rolled out the Aiden, Booker, KD, and Beal thing, and they just filled out depth or whatever, like just hit simulate and fill roster like you do on 2K when you get those last two spots you don't care about on your roster. They did that. I'm like, okay, this was dumb. This was stupid. But I fully expect Aiden to turn into some type of bench depth.
So Titus reports aren't in yet, but hell may have frozen over today because I was listening to First Take and I agreed with Kendrick Perkins 100% on a take. I thought it was like one of the best like trade proposals ever. And I was like, wow, sorry, Satan. And anyways, he made the suggestion, and it doesn't completely fix the Suns, but I think it would be enough. This just one more move is if you can get Ayton to the Grizzlies in return for Steven Adams and Luke Kennard to add you a perimeter shooter and a big man who is going to be physical down low, who is that a veteran presence and is a very good defensive player. I thought it was a great trade proposal.
That is, I'm not mad at that. Let me see that works in. Let me see how it works in the trade machine. That's actually not a bad idea. Because you got to trade him somewhere that if you're trading Aiden, you got to trade him somewhere that one has the space to take his contract, and two can like give you something back that's not just draft picks. You know, you got to turn that into actual players for sure. You said Memphis. Oh, you said no. I need West. Here we go. I'll shout out to the trade machine. That's one of ESPN's greatest creations. Truly.
Are you plugging in Steven Adams and Luke Kennard?
Yes, I am. I'm doing it right now. Let me add who we said, the Phoenix Suns. Yes. Make sure this. Do
you think Big Perk came up with this proposal on his own, or was it fed to him by somebody?
I think Perk did. I think Perk came up with it, man. Perk know a little bit. You know,
I'm sorry, I'm discrediting Perk too much. I mean, at the end of the day, I do love Big Perk.
I think he came up with it.
He drives me mad sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like he came up with it and was like, can this work? And then somebody told him for sure. All right, so that trade works. That trade is successful.
Nice.
Yes. Good for them. Good for everyone. That's solid.
So we just fixed the Suns.
We made a trade. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Now the question is, how many games Steven Adams played last year, though?
Do what?
How many games Steven Adams played last year? Was he healthy all year? I feel like he missed some time, didn't he?
He got the majority of the season, I think. And
he played 40. He played 42 games.
Oh, only 42. I thought he played more. I thought it was like in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, he played 42 games.
Missed the last ones.
So you gotta keep Big Jock. You gotta keep Jock.
Yeah, Jock Landale.
The future Jock Landale, you know. But yeah, you turn Aiden into something, man. Some role play, some bench depth. Make that point guard burden a little lesser. Maybe call the Celtics. They have a lot of guards. They have all the guards. Maybe you can make something work over there. I don't know if you can cap wise, but call them. If you have the money, call Bobby Marks. See if Bobby Marks says you can work it out, you know? And go from there. But yeah, man, the Suns have a plan, or somewhat of a plan. The red flag here for the Suns is that Matt Ishbia is in cahoots with Isaiah Thomas.
He's in cahoots with who?
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh yeah. I've seen Isaiah Thomas trending.
Yeah, he's got his ear. Isaiah's got his ear.
Yeah, well,
not a great sign.
Doesn't Isaiah have Bradley Beal's ear? Isn't that what? Or was that just he's just in Ishbia's ear? I thought I saw something.
Beal's agent's father is the Suns CEO or something like that. He works for the Suns somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, Isaiah is in Ishbia. They making plans together. Ishbia denied it earlier, but Chris Paul was like, "Yeah, I talked to Isaiah and Matt before." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I know where we're headed. I see where we're going here." Yeah. So yeah, I don't hate this for the Suns. The Wizards, people are saying, "Oh, the Wizards shouldn't have done this." They didn't have a choice in this. They didn't have much leverage here. They truly didn't. Decision. Yeah. Also, Barry Jackson reported that the Heat absolutely made that Bradley Beal did not veto a trade to the Heat. He would have gone to the Heat, but the Heat didn't make an offer that the Wizards wanted.
Oh
So
yeah. Because I heard the Wizards wanted Hero, and the Heat didn't want to give up Hero.
I'm not sure what he could say. He didn't know, but that could be it. My guess is that they wanted to throw them some salary they didn't want. I don't think the Wizards trying to take back some salary, so I feel like they're like, "Hey, how about you have Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson?"
Yeah,
And the Wizards like, "Get off my phone immediately."
yeah.
But there's also reports that there are also rumors that like the Heat are just hoping that Dame decides he wants out, and wishing for Dame is just you never know with Dame, you know.
Well, I
You
mean,
never trust Dame. And
I'm
Shams,
kind of taking that report by Shams today as that's it. Like,
right? Yeah, Shams said on Pat McAfee show today that Dame wants to stay in Portland. So yeah, and I know Dame was saying he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild, but I don't think Dame has the heart to say no. Because this is the stressful thing about the Portland thing with Dame Levi. The best decision for everyone is to just part ways. That's the best choice for everybody.
mm-hmm.
Portland trading number 3 pick, or Portland keeping number 3 pick, Dame getting to pick his destination. That's the best thing for everybody right now. Trading the 3rd pick for whoever you think is available. Right, I don't know who's available that's actually gonna really take Portland over the hump right now. I don't see a name out there that's like, oh, that's the one. That's it for you. He doesn't even play basketball half time. So like,
I think it's going to end up being Zion, though.
I could see it. I
think it's because the Pelicans really wanted to trade, with the Hornets, but the Hornets didn't want to give up the number 2 pick because apparently the Pelicans really want Scoot.
Yeah, so that Scoot and Melo thing sounds like it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and I don't know what it kind of sounds like. Miller's going number 2, so Scoot could go to 3 with the Pelicans. So
yeah, I saw Scoot's odds went up. I saw Scoot's odds of going number 2 went from like 600 to plus 250 to minus 160 last night. Is what Bill Simmons said. So yeah.
Look, I won't be surprised if Miller falls out of the top 3. So we're fine.
Yeah, it gets a weird. It becomes a fit thing at a certain point, and it's like the thing with the Rockets is that who's at 3? Who's at 3 again? Portland's at 3.
Portland.
Yeah, and if they're gonna keep that pick, then if they're gonna keep Dame, that pick is gone somewhere else. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Portland's just trade him, man. Nobody has the heart to end the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's just living in other rooms, not talking to each other, and just occasionally doing dishes together and pretending like it's like old times, and it's not. And they both know the truth. They go to bed. They don't say goodnight. One's reading a book. The other one's watching a housewife show. There's no communication there anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They show each other a meme and and the other one fakes laughs at it, even though it's not funny anymore because they think about how much they miss the love they used to have. They're scared to say it and know they should both let go. And they refuse. They just will not let it go. Let's let it go. Please let it go. The interesting and the funny thing about the Dame thing is that I'm not even convinced he wouldn't just go to the Nets if he asked for a trade. And the Nets have the best offer possible because they have 11 first-round picks. So the Nets can just shower the Trailblazers with picks.
That would be a solid team. All right. Well,
Would it though?
Can I expand?
Talk to me.
I have 4 teams written down, and I prepared these earlier.
Okay.
Before my other show, just in case we got to this topic. Or this specific one, we didn't get to this speculation. I got 4 best Draymond destinations. You want to hear
Draymond destinations? Okay, talk to me.
Memphis,
the
Lakers, Houston, and the Nets. So if you can get Dame and if you can get Draymond over to the Nets.
Oh. Now you got some Dame, Draymond, Mikal. Okay. I see.
That's a pretty solid team. And Nick Claxton. Claxton at 5.
That's a starting 5 right there. You got a good starting five right there. You got
good
something.
Starting five.
You definitely got something.
Yeah.
Okay, I see your vision. I see your vision. I see what's going on.
And bro, those are some dogs.
That's all dog
already
roster.
got one team in mind. They're already going to put on a leash and walk around. Stay with me. The Boston Celtics.
Should we get a Celtics fan opinion on how they would feel about that team if they played the Celtics?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Yes.
Let's do that. That sounds great. Yep.
Listen.
You're live. We have a question. Levi wanted me to ask you a question. You're live.
Okay. All right.
He had a team of this is the team, right? The potential Nets team of Draymond, Dame, Mikal Bridges, Nick Claxton. And he was like, this is an all dog team. So with that being a team of dogs, as a Celtics fan, how afraid would you be?
Okay, so like I'd be afraid of Dame because I think naturally anybody that's on a playoff series with Dame should be afraid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Mikal Bridges is really good. I'm not sure if I'm afraid of him level yet. And then, like Draymond and Claxton, they dogs, but they not like, like dogs that are going to sit. Nick Claxton could maybe like eat us up on like some offensive rebounds or putbacks one game. But offensively, not super worried about that. Like, I'm not worried about random Brooklyn Nets deciding to shoot 48% from three as a team type shit, like Miami.
The Joe Harris game. The Joe Harris game.
Now, Dame might drop like 55 or some shit in back-to-back games or something because that's Dame. So from the Dame aspect, I'd be scared, but I don't fear that team. No.
Technically, Nick Claxton is a dog. He went to Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, he is an actual dog. So I gotta give him that. And I do like Nick Claxton a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure. Am I wrong to not be afraid of them?
I mean, I just feel like from a heart perspective, they got that's. I see a lot more heart in that than I see in the Celtics. Like immediately, like immediately, like.
That is a lot of heart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so much heart. Like they might just get off sheer power of will.
No,
just want to.
It's just gonna be a whole heart attack running through the. This is a purely hypothetical world because Dame doesn't love himself and wants to stay
precisely
in Portland. So
yeah.
But I think it would depend on like just me seeing the Celtics regular season matchup with them because they'd be division rivals anyway.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see how they react.
Yeah.
There would be a world where like Dame just cooks them the whole year and they wind up being matched up in the playoffs and they're just like shook coming into the series.
Yeah. It's a possibility for sure. Yeah. I think we need to get your thoughts on that because that was the first when we named all dogs. Like the first team that they would punk is the Celtics. So like, let's get a Celtics fan perspective. Get our Celtics correspondent for his point of view.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look, they suppose, but give them a call.
Yeah. There we go. Love a good Celtics correspondent.
Bro, all right, wait. We're tripping too.
I didn't think it was possible, but I was enjoying it. Is it not possible? Okay.
We're forgetting. I just wanted to make sure we're forgetting they do have Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith too.
Yeah, Dinwiddie's gone though. I ain't gonna lie. I think Dinwiddie's gone.
He's gone. Okay, but DFS, that's another.
That's hard. That's dog. That's dog for sure.
That's five dogs right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up. It's definitely up. So yeah, I like the idea of that team that gets fleshed out. That would be nice.
And you got Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas coming off the bench.
Yeah. See, I think somebody would have to go in it. I think I have to give some salary back though.
Yeah.
I don't know who. I don't know who would go, but
Ben Simmons still technically on that team.
Oh my god, so, I forgot he exists. That's an NBA player.
Yeah,
like he's in the NBA allegedly.
Yeah,
by contract only. Wow. Yeah, I feel like from the Nets, right?
Oh my God.
Whatever.
I just saw Ben Simmons' salary.
Yeah. That's a max. That's a max player, sir. I feel like if I'm Portland, I'm like, look, I will trade you Dame. I will give you Dame, but you got to work it out without giving me Ben. You got to find a trade good enough for me to take it without giving me Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I'm not taking him. I'm not taking him. Like the salaries match, I don't care. Figure it out. I don't care what you got to do. You do something. I'm not taking him. I'm not doing it. I refuse. So yeah, okay. So the Lakers fit for Draymond, I don't like. I hate it. I think it's a terrible idea. Who's shooting? Like they running the 5-in offense, the first ever 5-in.
Yeah.
Like we all just in the paint together. That's the only thing about that fit I don't necessarily like. But yeah, do you think Draymond's leaving? Do you think he's leaving the Warriors? Do you think it's over?
Ultimately, no.
Yeah.
I think Draymond just wants to be rubbed.
Yeah,
He wants
for sure.
to rub down.
For sure. And I was reading today that he wants a contract in terms of length that's in line with Curry's. So that's about a 3-year deal. At 3 years to his deal, I think. Which makes sense. So I think he wants to I think Curry also wants Clay and Draymond with him till the end.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of been vocal about that, and they were saying that he would not be happy if they were to let Draymond go because they didn't want to pay him whatever he wanted, or if it became a money thing, he would not be happy about that. Which I hear you, bro. Like I do fully believe that Draymond. I recognize Draymond's importance to that team, but I also recognize the division with that team between the young guys and the old guard. And Steph clearly lines up with the old guard, which I'm not necessarily mad at him for. But I also understand that this is a terrible spot to be in as an organization. And it's why you can't do both. You cannot rebuild and you cannot build for the future and be a contender. You cannot do both. And if they choose to ride it out with Steph Curry and with Steph, Clay, and Draymond, then fine. But just understand what you are doing, which is going nowhere because that's over. That is done. It's finished.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah, we're done here. So the Chris Paul aspect of it, Levi. Mm-hmm. Chris Paul aspect of everything, because this is the looming Chris Paul cloud. What do you think is the move for him?
I mean, probably Clippers. That's the one. I think it makes the most sense too, because it's kind of like a, coming home sort of type thing. And then also, if the Clippers are going to make any type of run, they got to make some move. And this one makes the most sense for them because nobody wants to go there.
Honestly, the team that makes the most sense to me, because when I'm looking at Chris Paul now, I'm looking at a team that can take some of the burden off of him without having him have to play major minutes every night. He can play maybe give you a good 25 minutes a game or something like that. Keep him healthy, give him some nights off even, but help him he can be just help you see the game, give him a nice veteran calming presence. And I look at the Boston Celtics. And I say, you have a guard logjam. You can let go of two of those guys and still be okay. Between Derek White, Marcus Smart, and Peyton Pritchard. And am I missing one? And Malcolm Brogdon. You can move one of those guys out. You can. And I think because I look at that team, beyond just fear that perpetuates their heart sometimes, I also see just a bunch of low basketball IQ decision making. And I believe a presence like Chris Paul can stop that in a lot of ways. Having somebody that can just control your offense, just calm the game down for a minute. I think that has value. I think the Celtics would be a very ideal fit if he was willing to really accept a diminished role. You might not start some matchups. If he's willing to take that kind of game, that kind of role, I think it works. If he's not willing to, then don't. But I really think basketball, the Celtics are a great fit because I look at them like you just need somebody smart on your team, just somebody like just not dumb. In terms of basketball, somebody just not dumb. That's what you need. Somebody who would look at Antonio Brown and be like, I don't think you should be president of my sports life. You know, I don't think you should do that. What up, Jaylen Brown? Like somebody that just like that, you know, I think they could use that. So I think the Celtics would be an incredible fit, honestly.
Are you on the boat that, and we may have talked about this in the last pod, are you on the boat that the Celtics, you know, have to keep Jaylen Brown? It's in the same boat of, you know, it's harder to find another Jaylen Brown than to shop Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. They kind of do. Bro, there are Celtics rumors out there about Cat. And I'm like,
bro, I just can't depart from not thinking a departure is a bad idea. I mean, it's they got to let go of Jaylen Brown, I think, because I think Jason Tatum, if they had a two guy, like somebody in my mind right now who they could definitely use, but I don't want them to make the trade, like the Hawks, if they traded DeJounte Murray and Jaylen Brown, made that swap, like I think that would be a perfect combo for Tatum. That's
creating more of a guard logjam, though. Like just adding to the guard logjam they got.
But But defense, though, he's one of those guys, he can play your – I know you want more of a true point guard, but he is a point guard hybrid that you can throw in, and he's somebody who can shoot, and he can play defense. Yeah, but
I'm saying the Celtics have that already. Like, between Smart, Brogdon, and...
You will cut out. Did you mute yourself?
Oh, no, I'm here. You hear me? You hear me? No?
We might just be in a connection.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. But I'm saying, like, the Celtics already have all the hybrids. Like, between Smart, Brogdon, and Derek White. Like, they're hybrided up there.
Yeah, but you're right about that. But that's in the thinking with they're going to get rid of them, too, and bring in other, pieces that are more true to their positions. But because Murray's better than all those other hybrids they have, and he's a guy who can consistently put up plus points a night. And
are we sure you're better than Derek White? Are we sure?
Bro, come on.
Are we sure he's better than Derek White? Are we positive?
All right. Okay.
Are we positive? I'm not certain. I like what I saw from Derek White. I ain't gonna lie, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like what Derek White was bringing to the table, man.
Let's see. I mean, it's going to be hard to compare because
they had different roles.
Started one, didn't
they had different roles.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. I think DeJounte Murray is better than Derek White. They are similar. I would say their style is similar.
Yeah,
but Derek White also disappeared too in that. He disappeared. What was the last series?
The Heat one?
Yeah.
They all disappeared, low-key, I ain't gonna lie. But no, I just, I think it's a question.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to compare because the minutes are different.
Yeah, they have very different roles. Yeah. But yeah, then they did once play together.
Right, well, I would say in a different area than if you're going to keep Jaylen Brown, you do need a true point guard. You need a good point guard. Like, so Chris Paul, that is a good suggestion.
Yeah.
I think too, like, you got to do something. Don't get rid of Robert Williams, but you got to have another five, and you got to have somebody.
I do agree with that.
And he's just on a defensive threat. You got to have a five who's going to be an offensive threat as well, too.
Yeah.
Because that hurt them against the Heat. That Robert Williams is bigger than Bam, but can't take advantage because Robert Williams is an offensive player. Like, he just really doesn't have the moves, especially since he got injured.
Yeah, and he's one of those perpetually injured guys too.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of perpetually injured.
I don't think Boston's going to be a true contender next year. They're going to be a pretender.
The thing is, I don't know who in the East specifically is going to be. I'm sorry, I stepped on your line. My bad. The thing is, I don't know who in the East is going to be that much better than them.
This
right
is
now.
True.
Yeah, the East is in a spot where like the Sixers, we know what that is. That's if they bring the same team back, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What's the other team? The Bucks, we don't know because I don't know what Chris Middleton is anymore as a player. I don't know what that is. The Raptors are out. The Hawks, they'll have a 4-year Quinn Snyder. That'll be good. You know, good for them. Who else is it? Like, it's just not the list of contenders in the East is just down right now. Miami might be there, but if they bring the same team back, I can see Miami falling off dramatically next year. Like that team was AC for a reason. Like that's they had a cool run. That's not replicable. They didn't show anything replicable to me. So the East is in kind of a weird spot. And I don't know if you can just replace a 26 point per game guy that easily. It's about what can you get. It's really like the quarterback thing, Like, yeah, this quarterback's not that good, but what are you gonna do to replace him?
Yeah.
So it's a really confusing spot for the Celtics to be in for sure. Who else? What was the other time? Oh, Zion.
Yeah.
Where do you have Zion going this week, Levi? Because Bill Simmons said on his show yesterday that a reliable source told him Zion would not be a Pelican by Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, I got him going to Portland.
The trail. Okay.
I think that just makes the most sense because if if they're really going to try to make a run and they're going to trade that number 3 pick, and we know what the Pelicans ultimately want, because if that report's true that they were in talks with Charlotte, I don't know if that's just do you know about the report, or did I just get that out of nowhere? Was that
I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's happened. Like, I feel like everybody
because I heard they want Scoot and they wanted to trade up to get the number 2 pick, and they were going to trade Zion, but Charlotte said Zion isn't enough. They want more or whatever. And so that pretty much killed those combos. But so that's what the conversation has been, that the Pelicans do want Scoot if they can go up and get him. Yeah. So that just makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. If the Hornets also had the Hornets had second. Okay.
I mean, such a wild card too. So that sucks for Dame that you're putting the hope of.
Right. I know. Right. Like,
yeah.
Because dude might not play basketball. I have a dark horse in the Zion Williamson potential sweepstakes and that around sweepstakes.
All right.
And they're a dark horse because they're a team whose name we haven't heard, and when we don't hear their names, that's when they do things. Do you have a guess who this team is, Levi?
Damn. No, it's gonna make me mad. Go ahead.
The Toronto Raptors. They're just
well, that reminds me of something else, but go ahead.
Yeah, they're out here just quietly existing in their world. Haven't heard them in too much. Them making a random, except for like trade rumors for OG, about trading OG, trading Pascal. Are they gonna break it down? Are they gonna do this? It just feels like this would be a thing where they would just go get Zion randomly for no reason, make a splash. And now Zion's a Toronto Raptor on draft night. It wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me at all. Mm-hmm. So that's my dark horse Zion team, is the Toronto Raptors. And based on his decisions that we've been learning about these past 2 weeks, you cannot put that man in Toronto. Just from what I've heard about that city and what I've seen about his proclivities, and you can't put Zion in Toronto. That's not going to end well for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
No one, But I can see that being the thing that happens.
Speaking of the Toronto Raptors, I did see a little spicy take or potential move that makes sense. And it's also, speaking of the Portland Trailblazers, Pascal Siakam is being eyed by the Trailblazers. That's a report.
Yeah.
Oh, so that is you heard that too?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen his name.
Oh, you have seen that? I thought you were talking about Pascal for like Zion or whatever.
No. Yeah, I meant Pascal in trade rumors in general. I've seen his name.
Oh, just in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about that move?
it'd be a good upgrade. The thing about Dame is that there's like every player you can say, every player you can play, like that's be the best version of that'd be the best positional player he's had at that position. It's so crazy.
It's a solid front court with Nurkic and Siakam.
Yeah, you got something there for sure. I don't know if it's.
You also have Cam Reddish still there.
I still have hope. I still believe.
Which to me kind of doesn't make sense with the Brandon Miller pickup if they do get Brandon Miller.
Yeah. I don't see that. Yeah. Well, I think they'd be trading number 3. They'd be trading that pick if they'd be trading that pick for Siakam, I'm pretty sure. That'd be in the package.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, Portland getting Brandon Miller doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, if they
want to use Reddish.
Do you know Matisse was a Trailblazer?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just got forwards over there that they don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, man, the best basketball fit for Dame is Miami. That would be
are forgetting to have Anthony Simons.
Yeah. The thing with the Simons thing is that I think they should be, if they're keeping Dame, they should be willing to part with Simons because we can't.
Went out again, I think.
You hear me? Man, not showing up. It's not giving me a low connection thing. I don't know what's happening. You hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Yeah, it's not giving me a connection thing.
What? Mine just popped up.
Oh, okay.
See, when you come back on, it will say your connection is unstable.
Okay, yeah. The thing with the Trailblazers and Anthony Simons is that I believe that if they're going to keep Dame, they got to be willing to part with Anthony Simons. For the simple fact that you can't do the 2 small guard thing again. You can't. You've done it for 20 years. Stop it. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, if Anthony can get you another solid player, you put him in a trade immediately. Like that's really how I feel they should be on. That's like time I think they should be on. I don't know if they will be on. That's what they should be on though. But the best basketball fit for him is Miami. For Dame is Miami. He doesn't see it. He don't want to believe it.
It is, and I hope he doesn't ever see it or believe it. Let's keep it that way, Dame. I believe you can prevail in the West Coast. Never say never.
Yeah, right. Be
a trailblazer.
For life. Trailblazer for life.
Do it like nobody else did it, baby. Trailblaze.
It's nasty. I have one team, Levi, that I think should be in the seller's market. And that team is the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yep. Agreed.
I don't know which one of y'all between Paul George and Kawhi got to go. Probably Paul George because I don't think Kawhi has any trade value, realistically. But you got to do something, man. This is year 4 of this experiment, and it hasn't worked once. It just hasn't worked at all. You haven't even made a conference final. You haven't got out of the second round with it. I think it's over. I think they need to start parting ways, seeing what they can get for some of these guys.
Bro, I don't even think
Paul George available.
I don't even think they even like basketball anymore.
I think
Paul George did, but then, he got too close to Kawhi and it rubbed off on him. And I don't think they just really care anymore.
I think I'm not really. I think Paul likes basketball, man. He's got a cool podcast going now. He's got a second career started.
That's true. That's true.
Kawhi, I don't know what Kawhi likes. New Balance. Kawhi likes New Balances. That's what he likes.
Yeah.
He likes New Balances. But yeah, man, you gotta let it go. And I believe in this trade market, I believe Paul George has some value on the trade market. I think you get some decent depth, if anything, for him. You can just get some cap relief. You can get something there, dog. It's something. It's freedom somewhere around. It's freedom. And you need freedom because they need to stop doing this. Stop running this back. It's done. Like you cannot have the idea of having 2 elite level 2-way wings is great until both those 2-way wings are always injured and they're not really the 2 ways they used to be anymore. Like it doesn't work. You got 2 guys like Kawhi. They did all that low management for Kawhi and the playoffs came and the same thing happened. Like it's just not feasible. This isn't realistic anymore. Like you have to stop. You got to stop. It's done. That's what I think the Clippers need to do. But the problem with them is Steve Ballmer's opened up a nice new fancy arena. And you can't take a trash team to a nice new fancy arena. Doesn't work. Not in LA.
Yeah.
Don't work. They're in a very unenviable position. And I wish them the best. Yeah, man. Any other final?
I got another team I want to talk about.
Oh, talk to me.
And I'm gonna throw a different type of question at you here. what do the 76ers have to do to make Joel Embiid excuse free?
Oh,
And it's not even. I'm not even coming at this at.
I understand.
It's more the Joel Embiid fans to make them excuse free. Yes,
I understand. Fire Daryl Morey and hire somebody better that might be good at their job.
Yeah,
maybe it might be the first start. Because I saw today that they have optimism about James Harden resigning, and I'm like, oh, well, that's bad. That's good. And I'm like, now you can just lose in the second round again. That's where you're gonna lose at. That's where it's done. That's where it's over. But I think this is the sad truth to the Joel Embiid supporters. And I was a Joel Embiid for MVP guy. I believe in it because I believe a 30-point per game scoring center in the modern NBA is amazing. And I believe it should be honored and respected. I want to see him get his accolades for it. But Embiid, people, I need to come here. Wait.
Let me. Yeah.
I want
to record this too.
Okay. Yeah. I want to tell you guys the truth. Okay.
But I'm sorry, I'm slowing you down here.
It's good.
You go ahead.
All right, I want to tell you guys the truth, Joel Embiid. Come here, come close. All right, Joel Embiid. What you need to accept, Embiid fans, is that this is probably as good as it gets. Okay, he can't finish the season. He hasn't played a full second round in the last 2 years. He hasn't played a full playoffs in the last 2 years. Every year is the same. It's been the same story. It wears down. He gets bad towards the end of the run. It's been 3 years of this. We might have to let it go. All right. This might be as good as it gets. All right. Everybody doesn't get to win. All right. And has he been traumatized by basketball? He had his teammate that wouldn't shoot. He had another teammate that they maxed out named Tobias Harris while his best friend Jimmy Butler went to Miami and went to multiple finals. I understand. But guys, we might be done here. Embiid's approaching 30. It's a lot of injuries on a big body. Let's just enjoy what we have and not get our expectations up too high, guys. All right. Don't get too excited. Just enjoy what you got. Okay. Just enjoy it for what it is, because it's done, guys. It might be done. All right. Take what you had. Appreciate it, love it, and remind yourself that everybody doesn't win championships. Everyone doesn't get it, okay? This is just the life we have, all right? It's okay. That's all I want. I just need them to know that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You got people to send that to, don't you?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, they need to know, man, because I think we're about done here with the Embiid thing. I just don't think it gets better. I don't think it improves. And all jokes aside, what Embiid made of himself is pretty amazing, considering he's a guy who started basketball late in high school. He wasn't one of these guys that was playing hoops as a kid. He was playing soccer. Got hoops in high school, in high school. He doesn't have the full background. And what he developed into is incredible. That turns to MVP is a great story. Respect him on that. That's another thing. That's why I realized with even Jaylen Brown, I'm like, you know what? This was a guy who was just a raw athlete coming out of high school. So his dribbling might be as good as it gets now. Mm-hmm. This is an improved version of him. And you know what? It's pretty good. And, you might have to accept that. Somebody's got to accept what it is for what it is, Mm-hmm. And this is just what it is, man. Sorry, but it's over. Daryl Morey hired Doc Rivers, hired a coach that hadn't gotten the second round in 10 years to get him out of the second round with a roster built to lose in the second round. I don't know what we're doing, but we're failing. We are all failing, and it's over in Philly. 76 thing is done, man. Finish that. If they come back with the max, James Harden max, don't even say nothing next year. Just let the season go. Don't hype them up. Don't ask for media attention. Just go on about your day, because it's over. It's done. Process failed. Process eliminated. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I mean, that's just one side of it. I'm still in, Titus is just forever gonna haunt me or get at me just because people in my life just want to throw chum in the water. They always want me to bite. I've been doing a good job at not biting, but because these people throw the chum in the water and my phone is listening, then when I pull up social media, it's all that topic or whatever, or videos about that topic.
Of course.
And so, the freaking Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic will never die in my group or in my phone too. So it will perpetually follow me.
Right. Yeah, I understand. Like you're surrounded by, you have a bunch of Heat fans in your life, which is just, it's a lot, I'm sure.
Yes. It is a lot. Oh, so speaking of that though, because I really do hate beating a dead horse, the Jokic versus Embiid thing. But I do want to say one thing though. I don't get the whole thing that I don't get the argument for Jokic being boring is that he can't jump over a $1 bill. And okay, I get it, but this is my counter argument to that. To me, I view it as exciting because now, and I'm not saying this like taking it for granted because I still do appreciate it and it is impressive and it's a feat I can't do and I totally wish I could do. Growing up all my life, I wish I could fly high and slam it into the rim. But bro, I mean, we can go on YouTube, bro, nowadays and just watch any old Joe like jump over, $1,000 bills stacked up. Like, is that like the core? Is that the cornerstone to excitement? Like being able to fly, like jump high.
I mean, people like watching sports for like watching hoops for the athleticism. It's why your man, it's why people were like, I lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere.
Well, no, okay, and I guess that was a poor. I didn't.
That's why I was gonna say. It's why Jordan's logo is him, doing the jump thing.
Yeah, and I guess I should have finished it with, or I guess my thought really isn't that incomplete because you're right. That's I'm taking that into consideration. My argument is that why I think it's more exciting or why I think it is exciting still. And I'm not even arguing that one's more exciting than the other. I think it's still exciting because everybody else is moving like that. And this one dude isn't. So it's just crazy to watch that the one dude who isn't flying high is still able to manipulate the game. And so I think it's just crazy in itself to where you're kind of watching an anomaly. So that makes things exciting in itself.
Yeah, no, it's downright. It's really it's a complete like opposite effect thing. But I believe Jokic is boring not because of that, because Jokic doesn't care about basketball, and I find that to be disinteresting. I find it to be very. Why I'm wishing you are in basketball.
Yeah,
like I just don't find that to be interesting. That is what I find to be disinteresting. Jokic is hilarious to watch. I laugh. It doesn't make sense, and he just be doing stuff sometimes. Like every three I saw him making the playoffs was just a shot clock winding down. Let me throw this at the air and watch it go in.
But it's like nothing but nut every time.
Every single time. It's ridiculous. It's insanity. Like I find Jokic to be an interesting player, but I think the thing we got to realize that people don't really like the game of basketball.
Yeah.
For what it is. You know what I'm saying? People don't enjoy the game, right? They like the spectacle, like the athlete. They don't like the hoops aspect of it. A lot of people don't like that part of it. And I love that part of it. It's why I was able to appreciate Steph and LeBron. And some people weren't. Because they're he shoots all the time. And they was like, oh, he can't. It's like this different parts of it. They do very different basketball things, and they're both cool. All right, they're both really good at them. So we should just accept that. But yeah, no, people just don't like hoops for real. They don't like hoops for real. That's the ultimate story.
Yeah, I guess it's a real
including Nikola Jokic. He doesn't like basketball. He just doesn't like it at all. It
is crazy that man said, I mean, we all hate our jobs, right?
For real, though. For real. It was like, all right, bro. Okay, bro.
I am glad, though. I was happy to see that video of him at the parade and that he said that. That actually did make me happy.
That was every introvert that's been convinced to go out with their friends as related to that moment. Yeah. It's like, I didn't really want to go out, but I went out and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
That was the most relatable Jokic moment ever right there. It was like, you know what? I've been there. I know that feeling for sure. For sure.
I mean, and I think it's a different thing too. Like, I think it's different, like, and because I think he said the same thing along these lines, but I like Jokic. To me, I'm okay with him not liking basketball because I do get it. Part of that does turn me off. Like, him saying like, oh, like I don't care, whatever, blah, blah. Part of that did turn me off, but it also further intrigues me, and it kind of makes me also like him more, because I do like that approach where I can't understand like, hey, the dude's like from freaking another country, like on the other side of the world, and it is funny, like it's all funny, and really he just wants to go play with horses. It's just
it's legitimately hilarious.
Yeah, and then you compare that or contrast that to somebody like a Johnny Manziel, who would say like, I think he made remarks to like, oh, I don't even like football that much. It's that, I'm just that good at it or whatever, because, him prioritizing football and partying and all that. So it's like, those are just like two things where Jokic was more like that, more like an a-hole and like making a fool of himself out here, and then getting to walk onto the court and do whatever he wants. That would be a turnoff for me. But now that I know the dude just wants to go home and stay to himself and talk to his horses, like it's just ridiculous.
It's really one of those things where it's like, it's funny on one hand, but it's like when you hear all the people talk about, oh, why isn't he more popular than the face of the league? And it's like, this is why. So stop talking. He doesn't want to be. Like, and it's not gonna be, because this is who we choose to be as a player. And it's hard. Like, part of the excitement of hoops is watching those guys like be passionate when they win, like love it when they win. It's like, I'm happy you got the like I love seeing people happy and like seeing it when accomplishments mean something. Like Giannis winning that, you saw like the relief and like the joy he had. Like, that really, you really felt it. I didn't feel anything for Jokic. Like, man, you don't even feel anything. Michael Malone was the happiest person for the Nuggets. He was the happiest human. It was Michael Malone.
Well, I thought it was a great post, because we got the one, you had the one emotional shot of Jokic, like at the beginning of the celebration when it was him and his family, and his brothers, of course, were the most like exciting ones. So they kind of pick up the slack for him in that department.
Right.
But dude, Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray's, like those two interviews, those made it up for me. Like them seeing that. And all right, so if we're getting even deeper into it, to me, that makes it even like kind of more beautiful, because I don't know, because you see how much it means to them and like how cool that is. But they wouldn't have been able to accomplish that without the dude like who doesn't even really care, and it kind of makes you think like he more wants to perform well, more just like because he wants his whole team to do well, and it's the vice versa too. Like it's cool. Like, I mean, Murray and Gordon, like they stepped up and they were huge players in that. Right. And it's because they really freaking care and they I don't know. To me, I think Jokic just performs more well, or has the incentive more to do well because he wants to do well with his teammates, if that makes sense. Or he feels like he owes that to his teammates because they know they have a goal. So he's not going to stop them from that goal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I feel you. Yeah. I have a take about who I wasn't excited for on the Nuggets that I can't say on there, but we'll talk about it in a minute when we get off here.
Michael Malone?
No. Can't talk about it.
Was there a person on the Nuggets?
Yeah. So yeah,
I have no idea who it is.
Yeah. So yeah, Nuggets are NBA champs. Congratulations. I guess we can mention that now. Good job. Good effort. Congratulations. Great work. Denver's first NBA title in like ever. I'm like, dang, y'all ain't won in like 50 years. That's crazy. So that was impressive. But yeah, man. Then we can wrap up here. The draft is Thursday night. Maybe we'll get some cool trades and have a reaction podcast on Friday. That'd be dope. That'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd be so much fun.
Do you have a reaction to, or do you have any thoughts on the Ja Morant camp news thing, whatever, notification?
Oh, about the media being out to get them?
Yeah.
So, like, I can see why they would feel that way, but I can also see why you shouldn't say anything. You should just be quiet.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that from you at all.
Yeah.
Y'all got to just, like, take these L's and be real quiet right now.
It's like it's a real like tough human thing. Like because it's one of those you gotta like it's just one of those, they say in life sometimes you gotta just suck it up and swallow, and it's one of those like this is like one of the times they have to do that, and it's hard. It's super hard. So you feel like you're being targeted because you feel like, because I think a lot of the I think a little bit has been unwarranted or out of pocket.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, this is a dude who's becoming a face of a billion-dollar company. Well, $2 billion, the NBA and Nike. He's got so much responsibility, and I'm sorry we're going off into this little thing, but I just heard somebody make a great point, and it is really hard. I don't have a solution for it, but I just thought it was a great point or a great thought, is that we're so quick to give these 19, 20, 21-year-olds big boy money, grown man money. We just give them that grown man money, but then whenever they make a mistake, we just want to say, oh, well, you know, they're just a little kid, or, you know, that's just it's got to be one or the other at some point. We either need to start making these, you know, set up to where, because it is a lot of responsibility. Like, you just coming out, having all this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. For it, but I thought that was a good point. I think that we kind of keep giving excuses for these guys, but it's like, well, are we just going to keep doing the same cycle every time?
Yeah, I think both are true though. Like, because I do think by the nature of the business and what it is, they're going to be making mad money at 19 years old. So I do think there's a level of like kindness that can be taken with that. But also, this ain't like Ja's first mistake. You just went through this 4 months ago, dog. Like, this ain't the first incident for you. You know what I'm saying? This first incident, that'd be one thing, but this has been going on since basically November, where it's been your name in story after story after story after story. Like, bro, you have to stop. And like you said, there's extra pressure on him. It's not necessarily his fault. He's legitimately the only American face right now in the NBA. It's just him for the future. Like, he is the future young American face. Like, the kids love Ja. That's why his shoe sold out, even though he had whatever happened. His shoe sold out in like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is the young American face they got. All the other players in the league right now, they're stars, mostly from Europe. Giannis, Jokic, Luka. There's no real American face there. Trey's not that. It's really him. It has been set up as the future face. And Jason Tatum can't do it. Jason Tatum just plays back. Jason Tatum loves basketball and deuce. I'm and his mom's. I like that. That's cool. It's dope. But he's just not a marketable face. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ja had all that on him. And it's like, bro, you keep doing dumb stuff. I'm sorry. Like, this is dumb. This isn't just you making one mistake. This is a litany of bad decision making. And it's not good. Like, you're going to have to take criticism for it. It just is what it is with this one. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to deal with it, bro. I'm sorry. Don't put yourself in these positions.
Yeah, I want to say, too, even though, like I said earlier, it has been a little overdrawn or a little out of pocket.
Yeah.
I want to say at the same time, though, I think the media has been more than fair with Ja.
They gave him so many chances.
Yes,
like,
and I think
the first incident, everybody was pretty chill on, like, oh, that's just dumb.
Yeah,
but like, you brought it back, you remixed it.
And a lot of people and the media and a lot of people have been quick to realize, like, hey, they've taken into context his age, the situations that he's in, how much money he's at, the pressure he's under. Like, you know, we've been all very, fair in that sense. Mm-hmm. So that's where you just have to, like, I mean, that's what. Yeah, they've look, tried, man, like, this is all on you, bro.
Like, you can't look at like the things happening to AI and like Randy Moss, those guys, and then be like, man, they being hard on me. No, come a long way, bro. Come a long way, dog. we come a long way. But and
I brought that up just to say, I wish. I only wanted to bring that up is that I wish they didn't have that viewpoint, but I understand. I totally get it because it is a very human thing. We all do it. We all feel like we've been screwing up a lot, and then you just keep getting caught. You do feel like there's a target on your back, but you're just kind of making it worse.
Yeah.
So,
you're not helping the situation, bro. He's not helping the situation at all. He hasn't helped it one bit for sure.
Yeah. He really hasn't. So that kind of disappointed me when I just saw that today. So that's kind of why I wanted to ask you. But I'm also surprised by the suspension. I thought it was going to be which is 25 until Christmas. I thought it was going to be until Christmas.
I think it is until Christmas, pretty much. Yeah, I think it's
okay.
Christmas. Yeah.
Okay.
25
just expecting more in the 30 range or like
people were saying 25 isn't a lot, but they got to remember that one. Technically, he didn't break a CBA, NBA rule.
Yeah.
And there's no drug suspension. There's no like a violent crime, no crime committed, nothing like that. Like, this is just you being an idiot on the internet for the second time. And this is a detrimental to the league type thing. So they got to consider that for one. And two, 25 games means he cannot make all NBA, MVP, anything. Like he's disqualified from those now under the rules. So that's a hefty suspension. That costs you all the major stuff for the season. So
that's pretty fair.
Yeah,
and he's not making that money too. It's unpaid.
Right.
And
Exactly. So this is a strong suspension for somebody that didn't technically break any rules per se. You know what I'm saying?
Or laws.
Yeah, all laws. Right. Yeah, no, he didn't break a law either. Yeah. You just keep being dumb. Stop being like Josh Camp at this point. Like, if they won't say that publicly, fine. But y'all, whatever's behind the scenes going on with him, you need to get that worked out. Because there's clearly something with him behind the scenes that's making him act like this. People don't chug bottles of tequila on the internet when they're in good mental places. I don't think that's a thing people do. I don't think people do that when they're in good places. You know, chugging tequila, that seems like a lot. You know,
tell Dan Levitard
that. Right. So yeah, like I said, I understand how they get there. I don't think you'd be saying it to people. Because the same time, they're not going to have sympathy for you, dog. We tried that. And then you came back blasting young boy with the flashing the gun on camera again. Even your man's knew to put the camera down. Your man's put the camera down. And Josh is like, oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot. It's a habit, you know? But no, I really do wish Josh the best. I want him to get that figured out because this is the type of story that feels like it's going to end in a very sad way at some point. I don't like that. So, yeah, I hope he gets figured out. But, yeah, man, y'all got to deal with that. Y'all brought this is the life y'all brought on yourselves. Talk to me.
I got two other things.
Yeah.
One is I wanted to ask you. I want you to tell the people what you have told me about the Minnesota Timberwolves and Carlin.
Yes. After Carlin Towns' recent comments on Pat Beverly's podcast about how one, the Minnesota Timberwolves run is more special than the Nuggets run because the Nuggets run took 4 years and the Timberwolves figured their thing out in 1 year. And I'm like, once again, that's not the type of thing you say behind the scenes to yourselves when no one else is listening. Don't say that to people because I see what you're trying to say. It's not going to make sense to the majority of us and you shouldn't say it.
And it's still, I mean,
I know it's a reach. It's a reach. Yeah, it's a reach. It's a ridiculous reach. That's why you need to only say it to your teammates. And then him saying that if he could call the plays, he could get 40 a night, and also saying when he retired, they're gonna remember how he changed the game. And I have made the declaration, as you all know, I am a nomad, NBA nomad. I made the declaration that if Karl Anthony Towns is traded by draft night, I'll even give him Friday. If he's traded by Thursday or Friday, if Karl Anthony Towns is no longer a Minnesota Timberwolf, I will become a full-on Minnesota Timberwolves fan. That will be my team. I will get the KG retro jersey. I will be full-on Timberwolves.
I'm really going to be mad, too, if we move John Collins for Cat.
Oh, goodness.
I want to be mad.
Oh, goodness.
But also, I just want to put out there that, look, man, I just don't think it's a winning position for you. I already brought it up, or the Rudy Gobert thing up. But I still don't think you're going to be fine, just with Rudy because his biggest beef is with Rudy because Rudy ruins his offensive flow, like being down there by the rim, apparently. So I just don't think I think A-Rod screwed it up. He screwed the poop.
Rudy does do that.
I mean, a Timberwolf.
Rudy does do that. That is a fact. But like, I can only deal with one. Both of them is too much, and Rudy's untradeable. He can't be moved. And I need Ant to learn how to do other things other than score anyway. So maybe Rudy shows him he learns he becomes a better playmaker, because he has to. I don't know. But this Cat thing, I can't live like this. This is just, I hate it. But shout out to Aaliyah Boston out there in the WNBA just doing work. Scored like 25 and 11 the other night.
Shout
out to her. Number one pick, you know what I'm saying? Changing the Indiana Fever.
Yeah.
Terrible franchise, but yeah, good for her. But yeah, I want to shout her out. You know what I'm saying? I like what she's up there doing. Happy for her. I like Leah. I'm happy for her. So yeah, man. We can wrap on that.
I got another thing. What? Can we wrap on my
go ahead.
I was inspired by Stephen A, the GOAT, the master content creator, and he was inspired by Beal's trade and his no trade clause.
Oh, he made a no trade clause list.
Yeah. So he had a problem with the fact that Bradley Beal had a no trade clause in the first place in his contract, which I don't think it was a terrible thing to suggest. But so he said there's only 5 players in the NBA who deserve a no trade clause. And I think his 5 were I don't know. His 5 were similar to my 5. I made my 5 before I even saw his 5.
Fantastic. Talk to me.
I'll give you the 3 that I know were still in his list first. So in his list, that's also in my list, is Jokic, Curry,
yes,
and LeBron.
Okay. Yep.
But where it changes, though, and I can't exactly remember. Oh, you know who's number 5 on his list, bro? We can just talk about Jason Tatum. Do you think Jason Tatum deserves a no trade clause?
I might. That's tricky. I feel like I might say yes. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I would lean towards yes on Tatum.
I can't think of who the other one is. If it pops up, I'll say it. I disagree. I don't think he's gotten there yet.
Yeah.
But these are the 2 guys. Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler is deserving of a no trade clause because good God, I mean, look what he's done.
Right.
And then this one, I feel like you're probably going to disagree with just because earlier, and I agree with you, something's got to be done. But I think Damian Lillard deserves. He's the only other one who deserves a no trade clause.
I agree with that for sure about Dame. I definitely agree with Dame.
Okay.
Dame's done so much. If you trade Dame and he has to be traded, you deserve to suffer as a franchise. Yeah, for sure. I'm with that list. Yeah. That's the solid. You said Giannis, right?
Oh, so he had Giannis.
You don't have Giannis.
I forgot about Giannis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I would if Giannis isn't on yours, I would sub out. I would sub out Giannis.
Can I say who I would sub out? Can I say who I would sub out?
Who? LeBron?
Because you know me. Yes. Yeah. LeBron. Yeah.
I do it. See, LeBron's an economy. That's the problem.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah. I was about Jimmy for Giannis just because, like, Giannis is younger. Future's a little brighter there. He ain't relying on pump fakes yet. Shout out to Jimmy.
Sure.
Shout out to Jimmy. Love Jimmy, but yeah, when my man was pump faking in the paint, I said, "Oh, he's not here. He's not healthy at all. My man's done out here."
Is there anyone else you could think of that could be deserving of a no trade clause?
Off top, nah, that feels like the 5. No trade clause is like that's a rare thing. I'm saying you can't give KD a no trade clause because he gonna ask for a trade anyway. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
You know what? Devin Booker might be borderline no trade. He's borderline team no trade clause. I've grown to like Booker a lot this last playoffs. I'm not gonna lie.
What about Embiid?
Nah.
Yeah.
I might have to trade you.
Yeah.
Just while you got a knee left. Might have to break this franchise down.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real. But yeah, I think that's it though. That feels like no trade clause list to me.
That's crazy too, because 10 years ago, I feel like that list would be 3 times as long.
Right. I think that's why I feel like the Supermax, man, as much as the owners thought Supermax was going to help them, it didn't do anything. But they made the same bad decisions. They still made bad decisions.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's going to keep the guys home. And then the guys stay home. And I'm like, wow, we don't really want you. I'm like, hey, you put it in there. That's what you wanted, Supermax.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
I heard JJ talking about the other day, which I mean, this has been a continuous thing, but he's gotten to where, yeah, he's for sure 100% doesn't think you can sustain success or be like a continual contender with 3 max players.
Yeah. Yeah, it really feels like, I've said it before, I don't think we'll ever see a three-peat again, just by nature of the salaries these days. I feel like that time they see three-peats is over now because nature of these salaries and these cap penalties and these luxury tax penalties and this new second apron penalty thing.
I think the one I do get the hype behind them. I think the Nuggets are set up for the ones who could do it, and that's just because I think that third max guy, Porter, even though I'm not trying to diminish his importance, I think that's a guy you could easily, trade for somebody else and still be successful with the pieces they have.
Yeah. The thing with the Nuggets is like they got their ring now, and I don't know how much they want to try and get another one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
the homie Jamal Murray averaged 20 points a game this season, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, you don't think that's a consistent?
Nah, the 20, no, that's pedestrian. And like the thing with that is he's clearly like a playoff game player, but now they got a ring, and my man Jokic was like, we can go home now.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be super motivated to do all that again. I do this again.
Yeah, it is hard to think that.
I'm not even like saying it's negative. Like, you want me to do all that? You want me to repeat? That's a lot of work. I don't feel like doing all that. You know? Maybe he gets there and the competitive drive takes over. He's like, you know what? I do care. But they might win 47 games next year. It's off the strength of, bro. They got bored this season.
Yeah.
That's why they won 52 games. They was like tired. Like, with a 1 seed. This doesn't matter. Let's get the season.
I think the only one way that they can find that drive is that they're going to have to buy into that Malone, nobody talks about us type thing.
Right.
And
right.
If you just really want to stick it to everybody, it's just go on a freaking run and dominate.
Yeah. Blame the Lakers again or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's probably something. But yeah.
Well, I get it. It is a little bit, I wouldn't have done that. I just stop focusing on, the other teams and just focus on yourselves. But the coverage was ridiculous, man. Like they were really, that series, it was about the Lakers and 95% of that.
It was.
Yeah.
But like, that's the thing. And I said before, I'm like, yo, the small market, somebody not getting coverage. Like, yo, just go win. When you go win, you'll get everything you need, man. You just got to go do it one time. You do it one time. It's all for you.
But you do have to find motivation from somewhere. So
that's true. You
can't be mad at them for having that as motivation.
I mean, it's just they talked about it so much, I got bored. Like Mike Malone every day.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm going to retire. Shut up, bro.
Yeah.
Call a play. How about that? I do have to say though, I got to give him this much though. The one part, Mike Malone has the important part down, which is managing players and egos. And he seems to have a relationship with those guys. He can talk to them kind of crazy, and they just deal with it. And I think that's valuable. That shows the trust they have in him. That's valuable. That's super valuable. I got to give him that much. No, I can't take that from him.
I honestly bought into Michael Malone back when I heard how many times that man's traveled to Serbia. You could not pay me enough to travel as much as he has to Serbia. I'm like, that's a guy who loves his players right there. Because good Lord, like once a year is enough for me, but this man makes 4 or 5 trips a year.
Oh, he be going.
Yeah, he be going.
I respect it. My man knows where his bread is buttered. And you know what? Exactly, that's also a good part of coaching. This ain't me. It's not me at all.
Yeah.
This is that Serbian beauty.
Hey, big boy, need anything?
Right.
Over here.
Brought you your favorite American snack.
Yeah. Brought the horsies a little gift.
Right. Yo. But yeah, man, this was a good one. I'm gonna throw this up right now, like immediately. Like, so if y'all get an unedited podcast, just deal with it. All right, it's up. All right. I'm saying. I appreciate you,
bro. We're gonna
bro.
be back on Wednesday.
We can, yeah, we can record Wednesday for sure.
All right, little pre-draft reaction.
Yeah,
or maybe
pray. Let's pray someone gets traded.
I'll go ahead and give a prediction on what the next trade is going to be.
The next trade will involve Zion Williamson. It's going to drop at like 2 a.m. for no reason.
I'm going to say next trade is going to involve the Charlotte Hornets.
You got them trading out of 2, huh?
Or maybe just moving a piece or something.
Yeah.
Maybe even something outside of the draft.
I'm curious, that'd be interesting. That LaMelo Ball and Scoot thing sounds really interesting to me. I feel like they need to just do it. From what I've been hearing, seemed like a good play because LaMelo can play off ball. Scoot can apparently play off ball. Now he's got athleticism from Scoot.
I mean, I want Miller to go there just so I can get Hornets gear.
I feel that for sure. I definitely feel that. But yeah, man. Salute to y'all. Thank you for listening. We'll be back. Like I said, we're back on Wednesday evening. Talk to y'all. Y'all have a good one. Levi, appreciate you.
Appreciate you.